The following is a presentation of GRS TV.
From Homer B. Johnson Stadium, a very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to our GISD Friday night game of the week here on GRS TV. Tonight, it's the Rangers of Naaman Forest against the South Garland Colonels. A little, just kind of forgot it there. But anyway, should be a good one tonight here. I'm Scott Powell, along with Bobby George. Glad you're with us tonight. Interesting matchup here tonight, Bobby. You've got two teams still a little bit in the playoff hunt. Naaman Forest at 1-5, 1-2 in district play. South Garland's got 2 wins. They're 2-4, but they're 0-3 in district. And really, this is going to be could be the quickest game of the year because both teams love to run the football and do not like to throw it.
Yeah, South Garland doesn't even have a quarterback listed on their roster. So you know they're going to run the ball and run it all night long. And for one thing, South Garland is a pretty stout offensive team. They've got some big running backs, and they snap it to 1 or 2 of them and 3 of them during the game, and they just keep pounding and pounding and pounding that defensive line, and they put up a lot of points. The problem is, Scott, is that they give up a lot of points. They've as far as defensively, they don't stop many people. So it's probably going to be a pretty good matchup tonight. We'll see how Naaman Forest is able to put up some points or, against that defense that's not been very well for South Garland. And Naaman Forest on the offensive side hasn't been very good. So we'll see. It might be a pretty good matchup.
Hopefully the game will be smoother than my opening there. We all have our own little problems here and there. The opening kickoff goes out of bounds. South Garland's got the ball first at their 30-yard line after it went out. They'll go right to left here in the first quarter in their all gray tops and bottoms with red numerals and red helmets. And Naaman Forest will be in their white jerseys with green pants, green numbers, and orange and green helmets as we look on here tonight. 1st and 10, and the Colonels are ready to go. Direct snap to Jaquarion Turner, and he has hit at the line of scrimmage and barely got back to the line. Leading the way defensively was the gentleman who is not on our roster. That's not a good start, is it, Bobby?
Well, I tell you, that defensive line right there have been pretty good this whole season, giving up only, 214 yards a game and giving up only 25 points per game. So Naaman Forest has been a pretty good defensive front right there.
12th in rushing defense is Naaman Forest, and only give up 88 yards through the air. That's 8th best, so they're one of the best in the Metroplex. Direct snap this time to Williams, who gets a yard over right guard, and that's it as he's cut down immediately.
Well, you've seen 2 big plays by big number 70 right there. He's letting everybody know, Frank Martinez, he's in there, and he's ready to stop this run. He's been practicing it all week. Boom, you see him slide off that run, off that big old right tackle, and then makes a good tackle there.
They got a lot of loads in that backfield. Turner 6 feet 205, Williams 5'10", 240, Devontae Wilson 5'11", 190. They bring a big load at you, whoever carries it. 6 feet 235 for Deontay Jackson, number 28, 216 pounds for Jimenez, number 34. So everybody that runs with it is going to be a big kid today. Here's a broken tackle by Turner. Almost got away from the second man, but he came up just 3 yards short of the first down. Lemuel Adams made that shoestring tackle at the 37 on 3rd down.
Now you'll see Lemuel Adams going both ways. He'll play offense and defense, and I tell you, they had him stopped right off the bat. They had him sandwiched, and somehow he just gets out of there, and Lemuel's able to just go ahead and dive out there and save that from getting that first down.
Punt formation on 4th and 3 for South Garland.
Well, Lemuel Adams is expecting a huge punt. I mean, he is 60 yards deep.
It's a low end over end. It's going to bounce. They're going to catch it. It looked like they may have gotten some more roll out of that, but it was caught at the 30-yard line. Still a little flip in the field position, and Naaman Forest will scrimmage for the first time offensively.
Well, as we were talking, that defensive Naaman Forest does a great job. Prevents South Garland from even getting a first down. Go ahead and get that punt. Now they're going to get the ball and see what they can do with it. Of course, they're only putting up 9.5 points a game and only 189 total yards, so that offense has struggled all year.
32-yard punt. South Garland's defense has not been very good, giving up 31 points and 316 a game, so maybe Naaman can move it a little bit against a defense like that tonight. Palmer Campbell, the man under center. Yes, he goes under center. That's rare nowadays. Jahari Lee cuts it outside for a big gainer. He's going to be run out of bounds, but not before he gets to the Naaman Forest 46-yard line, and that's a gain of 23 yards.
Boy, they hid the ball real well. I mean, that was a great job by their quarterback, Campbell, and taking that snap and acting like he's going one way with it, hands it off the other. Nobody knew who had the ball.
Jahari Lee, just a sophomore.
23-yard gain.
And a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10, right hash mark at the South Garland 46. Full house backfield this time, although they do some shifting. Now it's 2-back set. Adams and Lee behind Campbell. Long count, finally gets the snap, hands it to Adams. Big hole up the middle. He's going to go the distance. I take it. He's got the speed.
Get there.
And he scores a Naaman Forest touchdown. Lemuel Adams, 46 yards.
Woo! I mean, the blocking was perfect on that. He just shoots straight through that line before anybody ever gets it. All the big number 75 make a great block and just sealed it off, and it just made a great hole for him to take off and run. And then it's going to be tough to catch Lemuel Adams.
69 yards in 2 plays, 46 on the final run there by Adams. Extra point attempt coming. And the kick is good. By Francisco with the kick.
Yeah.
Timeout on the field. 9:30 left in the first quarter. 7-0. Naaman Forest over South Garland here on GRS TV. Here's the kickoff by Naaman Forest toward the far sideline, short and out of bounds. So it looks like South will just take it at the 30-yard line. Francisco Castillo trotting off the field. He just kicked the extra point a moment ago.
Kick out of bounds, Naaman Forest. Ball will be placed on the 30-yard line.
See what South can do on this possession. They went 1-2-3 punt on their first possession.
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
That's the second time they've kicked it out of bounds. I guess that's a strategy. They don't want any kind of return on that kick. Just go ahead and put it there on the 30 and see what happens.
Actually, they're going to put it at the 32. I guess there was a penalty of some kind there. Anyway, the Colonels will scrimmage pretty much a tight formation here. Nobody wide out. They do have a split end to the right. Man in motion, and a direct snap to Williams, who is hit immediately, drags a couple of defenders forward, but he just gets about a half a yard to the 33, 34-yard line.
Wow, it's just like white jerseys just come flying through everywhere as soon as he catches the ball in the backfield. Just no place to run.
Your man Frank Martinez lost his shoe. Knowing Frank, he'll probably just go without it, but he was looking for a change, and I think he went out to get a change of shoe there. 2nd down and 9. South Garland, no backs this time, empty shotgun, but he will hand it off on a little wing back around in a pretty good hole right up the middle to the 37-yard line.
It closes in a hurry. He picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Kevontae Wilson, 3rd down coming. Third and 5 for the Colonels, looking for their first down and keep this drive alive.
It's a different formation. They got 2 receivers split out, trying to spread that defense a little bit.
Jaquarion Turner in shotgun.
Oh, he was leaning.
Yeah, but he didn't move, I don't think. Turner on the straight keep. He's got a first down and more as he busts it outside, breaks a tackle, still going, and finally steps out inside the 30-yard line. Jaquarian Turner, the leading running back in the Metroplex. Wow. Showed why right there.
Yeah, the speed there and breaking of tackles. He's put up 1,186 yards on the season and 18 touchdowns. And you can see why, how he just gives that little stutter step and then burst of speed.
You know, you could say that you run the ball every play. You should be getting a lot of yardage on the ground, but the other team knows you're going to run it every play, so that makes it pretty impressive there that they're able to gobble up all that yardage when you know what's coming. Got a timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. It's taken by Naaman Forest. 8:04 left here in the first quarter. Naaman Forest out to an early 7-0 lead here on GRS TV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too. You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Back to play here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. South Garland trailing 7-0 to Naaman Forest, but the Colonels are driving with a 1st and 10 at the 28 of Naaman. Turner with the direct snap, going to keep it over right guard. Pretty good hole that closes quickly, and he just drags defenders again. These are big backs for South Garland. You've got to gang tackle them to get them down.
And you got some big linemen up front. Big number 57 leading the way there. They just got some big guys.
Turner got 5 out of very little right there. Their average per carry pretty high here in the early go for the leading rushing team in the Metroplex.
Yeah, you see these guys, and Big Martinez there again, man. He's just dominating that defensive line.
Looks like he's got both shoes on after losing his right shoe earlier. Martinez all over the field here early on. 4-man defensive front, 3 linebackers. Same play. This one over left guard. Turner is close to the first down. The forward progress and the mark will be everything. In on that stop there was Gilberto Malera, number 41. Also in there, number 10, Jared Davis. It's going to be a yard short and 3rd and 1 coming, but that's a very favorable 3rd down conversion try here.
Yeah, because they're so big up front, and then they're big backs. I mean, you've got to hit them in the backfield to stop them, because if they've got the momentum and they hit you square, they're going to roll over 1 yard.
3rd and 1, 1 out of 2 so far on 3rd down. Send 2 receivers to the right. That's probably just to spread the field. For a team that likes to run, they're going to run it on 3rd and 1. And there goes Williams. Got the first down, busts it off right tackle and gets a couple of extra yards. Move the chains, 1st and 10 at the 13.
And that's what they do. They just kind of wear you down all game long. They keep fighting, running right up the middle, and then they just keep hitting these guys. And as big as they are, they kind of just start wearing you down. And then by the 4th quarter, they're starting to win those battles up front.
It's like they're hitting you with 5 offensive linemen and 3 or 4 huge running backs who are almost constantly as big as the linemen. It's just the biggest pounding offense you'll ever see. Could get a first down at the 3, 1st and 10 at the 13. Turner and Williams in shotgun. They're going to snap it to Turner. Williams leads the way through the hole and gets a good block. Still fighting for more is Turner. They're going to give him about the 6.5-yard line and a gain of 7 on 1st down. Their average per gain on 1st down is looking good so far.
And Naaman Forest knows they're running. And
yeah, that's the thing that makes it impressive.
Box. You watch them, they stack in the box, but boy, they got some good linemen that's really doing a good job of clearing out people.
As they showed right there, Bobby, the right tackle turns his man out, the right guard turns his man in, and that's how you create a hole right there. We got another timeout. Let's take a break. 5:36 left in this opening quarter. 7-0 Naaman Forest, but South Garland's on the move here on GRS TV. 2nd and 4 for South Garland. They are marching. This drive started all the way back at their 32-yard line, looking to tie the ball game up here in the first quarter. Handoff from a receiver, Livingston, and dumped immediately in the backfield. Boy, Naaman Forest saw that one coming. Was Kevontae Wilson. It's going to be a loss of 2 back to the, well, loss of 1 back to the 8.
Watch Negrum come in here and get that right there. He comes in so quick. And it was a little trickery. It looked like South Garland put 5 guys on the right side. And so it looked like everything was going to go to the right. And then they slipped the receiver back going to the left. But the linebacker from Naaman Forest just saw it the whole way.
3rd and 5. The Colonels can get a first down at the 3. They can get a touchdown at the goal line. Here's a straight snap to Livingston, and he gets about a yard to the 7. Boy, Naaman is stiffening here inside the 10. Now they force a 4th and 3. What does South Garland do here? Ball on the right hash. It would be a short field goal attempt of about 24 yards.
I'll tell you, if they do go for it, I think what you want to see them do is to pop it outside. You got this whole outside of the field. If the ball's on the right hash, you've got the speed, and you've got everybody going towards the middle to stop that run, it might be a time where you can just bounce it outside and just race to the pylon.
They don't have a ton of speed, though, Bobby. They've got the power, but not a – Turner is probably the quickest one if you're going to do that. And look at they've got the power to the left. They may do what you just said. Turner waits for the snap, but he's going to go off left guard. Has a nice hole, breaks it out. He is fighting for the goal line. Did he get there? No.
He did not.
But he got the first down. There is a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage, though. They may wipe this out, although it could be defensive offsides. Key penalty in this game. He does have the first down at the 1-yard line. The referee, David Tucker, will tell us about it. Hopefully we can hear him. Here comes David.
Offsides. Naaman Forest. That penalty is declined. The result of the play was a first down.
So, South Garland now has 4 tries to score the touchdown and tie this one up.
He takes it up the middle right at the beginning and then bounces it out.
Great blocking one more time.
Boy, just great defense, though. Look at the white jerseys, man. They are flocking to the ball.
DJ White with the first hit, and then he got some help. Boy, you just cannot tackle these guys one-on-one in the open field. Here comes the first try from the 1-yard line. Actually, it's about the 1.5. It's inside the 2. Williams and Turner in shotgun. They'll snap it to Turner. Breaks a little tackle in the backfield and scores easily. Touchdown, South Garland. There was one man that got an arm on him, but that arm is not going to bring down Jaquarion Turner.
Well, he gets a good lead block by big number 5 right there, and that sure does help you. DJ Williams coming through there and cleaning it out.
Now the Colonels will try and tie it up at 7 with the PAT. Giovanni Serrano will kick it. Ball down, and he's got a deep kick that is between the uprights. Good. Timeout on the field. New ball game. We'll start all over with 3:41 left here in the first quarter. Naaman Forest 7, South Garland 7 on GRS TV. The Colonels marched 68 yards in 11 plays, used 5 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. Turner finishes it off with a 1-yard run. Very impressive drive. 3 first downs, and they were 2 out of 3 on 3rd down, 1 out of 1 on 4th down along the way. And now South Garland will kick it off. Serrano with a deep one, all the way to the goal line. And here comes the return right up the middle.
Got a lot of room.
That's Lemuel Adams.
Oh, he has it.
evades a couple of tacklers, hits the sideline, and he'll finally be out inside the 50-yard line.
That's a penalty.
We're going to have a late hit against South Garland, so Naaman Forest is going to start 15 yards up from there. And we've got some unpleasantries being exchanged down here on the south sideline. So they get that broken up in a hurry, thank goodness.
Yeah, he's walking the sideline, and about 3 guys hit him all at the same time. And yeah, you do have a reason to get up and yell a little bit, man. It was a cheap shot, but you're on the South Garland sideline, so you got to be careful.
Yeah. There's 2 flags, so it's going to go against South Garland. Naaman's going to be set up in great field position. They've started at their own 31 on their first possession. Hard to believe this is only the second possession coming for Naaman Forest.
Well, he had a lot of room to run. It looked like South Garland just didn't get down there very fast, or maybe the blocking for Naaman was just really good. But when he caught that ball on the 1-yard line, I mean, he had nobody for 20 yards.
He did break one little small tackle attempt and then just stepped around another potential tackler. Adams with good speed and good moves. He might be the most athletic player on this Naaman Forest team, as well as Devassie McCartney.
Here you go. Look how much room he's got to run, and everybody's just tied up, so he's just got to make one guy miss right there.
Yeah.
And there's just nobody there.
We have 2 fouls on the play.
And the kicker, look, that's Serrano who got him out of bounds.
First dead ball personal foul, number 38. And then we have a sportsmanlike conduct, number 27. That's his first of the game. Both penalties will be marked off.
Oh, so it's going to be like a 30-yard penalty.
Oh, boy. They'll almost be in the end zone when they're through walking this one off. Boy, you rarely see this. 2 15-yard penalties on the same play. That's unusual. One of them is a dead ball, and that's how it occurs.
They'll be down on the 20-yard line.
It's going to be what? The 32. Yeah. Right around the 20, Bobby.
Right at the 20-yard line.
Yep. You rarely see this. That's the importance of the dead ball penalty. First and 10 at the 20.
Well, you know, that's why they do it. They protect these guys. I mean, you can't have personal fouls out there. I mean, it's a strict penalty. That's why your coaches have to stay on your guys really tight.
Naaman Forest ready to go. Going left to right here in their white and green uniforms. 2 back set behind Campbell. Going to toss it to number 20. He's got a big hole, spins, and is finally down at the 10-yard line, and that is Brandon Harden, the running back there. It's going to be a first down and goal at the 10, almost the 9.5.
Well, that's just, look at the blocking. I mean, South Garland's defense, we've been talking about it. They haven't done a lot of good things on defense throughout the season, and you can see Naaman Forest is just pushing them around right now, and both plays that they've got to run has been off that right side. You can see how Naaman's got 6 guys over there.
Look at that offensive line. Got two tight ends on the right and a tight end on the left.
I mean,
no receivers up the middle. Touchdown, Jahari Lee. And Naaman Forest retakes the lead.
Well, I tell you what, it looks like Naaman Forest, as bad as they've struggled, 9.5 points per game, is able to really look strong in this first quarter.
I love that set they came out in. 2 tight ends right, 1 tight end left, and no wide receivers. And they blocked it well. And now Naaman will try and tie it up. Francisco Castillo.
That's fun when you got your sophomore running back, Jahari Lee, running it in.
High and deep and good. So we are no, we're not retied. It's 14-7. I don't know why I kept saying retie, as Naaman Forest takes a 14-7 lead. 2:56 left here in the opening quarter. Back in a moment here on GRS TV. very impressive scoring drives for Naaman Forest here as they went 69 yards in 2 plays on their first possession. They just went 80 yards in 2 plays on this last possession. They've only run 4 plays from scrimmage, Bobby, and they got 14 points. 14-7 lead over South Garland.
Yeah, they've got 89 total yards so far and no passes. So they're running the ball pretty strong.
3 tight end offense for the most part. You know what's coming, just like when South Garland lines up, and the offensive lines are doing a heck of a job for both teams so far. It's just Naaman gets down the field quicker than South Garland. Castillo will kick it off here. You hate to give the ball up the way this game's going. It's a little worm burner that's picked up and returned. Woo! And wow, good coverage downfield there.
That was beautiful. I mean, I was watching him run all the way. It's Augustin Cecedo. He takes off running and sees it the whole way and weaves in and out of guys and just chases the ball down. Just a beautiful job by him. Look at him just chasing it down, chasing it down. He's got his eye on him, makes an awesome tackle.
Totally unblocked. 22-yard line for South Garland. Now, in their last possession, they went 68 yards in 11 plays.
Boy, you got to like seeing those big old offensive linemen. Now, look at it. It's starting to rain out here. The good thing, none of these teams throw the ball very much, so they just run it. But it is drizzling rain right now, and it looks like it's about 55 degrees.
Temperature-wise, pretty good night for football. Direct snap to Turner, who follows the football, and it's recovered quickly by Naaman Forest.
Guess who?
Flowers with the recovery for Naaman Forest. That's Cooper Flowers, senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, beautiful job right there. Now, we were talking about the rain. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or if he just stuck him with his helmet right there. Oh, he put the helmet, the crown of the helmet right on the ball, pops it straight out.
So Naaman Forest will start at the 20-yard line. Actually, I called that an 80-yard drive. Last time it was a 20-yard drive. Started at the 20 of South Garland. They're going to start at the 20 here. 1st and 10. Campbell under center, which is unusual. Hands Burrell, right tackle, fighting for the goal line. He's going to be stopped at the 5, but man, big hole over right guard.
Yeah, same play. There it is, right over that right side. They've seen something. They know what's going on, and they have a pulling guard right there, number 51, clearing it out. Coming from the left to right, that pulling guard helps you out a lot when you got a defensive lineman getting stood up. Then he just clears it out.
Malachi Burrell.
Same
with the
thing. Here we go
gain.
again. You got 4 guys on the right side. Let's see what happens.
They do have one receiver wide to the left. Jahari Lee, the lone back behind Campbell. Lee gets it. He's hit in the backfield and will be going nowhere else from there, although they're struggling to get him down, but he ain't going to get anything. We got a late flag from the secondary, by the way. Got somebody blocking downfield, and something went wrong down there in the end zone.
Personal unnecessary roughness, number 12, Naaman Forest. 15-yard penalty.
Negron blocking in the end zone.
Yeah, what's going on there is he takes the block from right off the defensive end. He takes him, and he starts to driving him. Right here, you can see him on the top. Watch him. He gets his block, and he just drives his man all the way to the end zone. Even after the play's gone, he's still pushing him back there, and that's what happened. They went ahead and called it. When he put him down on the ground, that's when they called the penalty.
Unnecessary roughness, just like the penalty says.
Boy, the head coach is not liking that call either.
Full house backfield, tight set here on 1st and 10. Now it's a 2-back set. Adams and Lee gonna hand it Adams, who cuts it up, looking for a place to run, just fighting for more and more. Boy, the running backs for both teams are having trouble. They're having trouble getting them down as Adams all the way to the 13-yard line. Good tough run there.
Yeah, you got to like number 51 right there. They got him on the screen. Yo, he was blocking all the way down. Marcus Williams, you just watch him if you see this replay, how he just stays on his guy. Even when you think the play is dead, he's still pushing people around.
Yeah, the only difference after the penalty, this is goal to go. 2nd and goal from the 13. Burrell back in there at left halfback. Campbell's going to throw the first pass, caught by McCartney, but he will not get away from an open field tackle at the 6.
Hey, you know, you throw it out there, at least now South Garland has to take that into consideration. Before, you didn't think, oh, he's not going to throw it ever. You're just going to go ahead and run the ball. But now you got to take it in consideration. That'll drop your linebackers back, and it'll give you some more running room.
A tackle by Roberto Palacios saved a touchdown probably. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 6. Here come the Rangers. They'll send one receiver out to the left.
I'm watching it to go right over that right tackle.
That's right, wide to the left. 2-back set. Campbell barks the count. Gonna hand it
There
Lee.
it is.
Big
Touchdown.
hole. Touchdown, Naaman Forrest. And they've got a 2-possession lead here in the first quarter. Jahari Lee.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Roger Davis, channel there. Big 79. Watch him clear some people out right there. Boom.
I mean, they're driving them off the line, not just opening holes.
That's a nice job right there by that offensive line.
In a game like this, at 21-7 is going to be a pretty big lead as the extra point is good.
That's a
by
good
Francisco Castillo. These are 2 good kickers. They can really drive it on the extra points. Timeout on the field, just 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Naaman Forrest now up on South Garland 21-7 here on GRS TV. Back-to-back 20-yard touchdown drives for Naaman Forrest. This one took 4 plays in 2.5 minutes. The Rangers up 21-7. South Garland's going to get it back here late in the first quarter. We did get the game tied at 7-7, and Naaman has scored the last 14 points. High, deep kick to the 10. Returnable up the sideline over there, breaking a tackle and all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected this many points right into the first quarter. I mean, 21-7, 28 points in the first quarter. I wasn't expecting that.
Jalen Wardlaw on the nice kickoff return. Pretty decent field position here for South Garland. We saw North Garland last night. 5 seconds left here in the period. Here come the Colonels with the play from the sideline. That'll be DJ Williams, the only back, who will take the snap. Looking to throw. Nope, now he'll tuck it and go, and he's not going to get anything. He was hit initially by Durham Negrum.
Well, they definitely had guys to throw it to out here. They had 3 guys out on the left-hand side in a trips left, and only had 2 guys covering them. There was people to throw to.
No gain on the play. That'll do it for the first quarter. Naaman Forrest 21, South Garland 7 here on GRS TV. Lots of ponchos in the stands tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of rain, but all in all, it's been pretty nice out there. Good weather to play some football.
South Garland with a 2nd and 11 as we start the second quarter. Direct snap to Turner, who finds some running room over right tackle. Going to be short of the first down, but he gets 7 yards, and now they have a 3rd and fairly short.
I mean, they're able to run the ball like their last drive that they scored on, but it took a long time, almost over 5 minutes to drive for that touchdown, because Naaman Forest has just been surrounding that ball. So everything has been coming. They've been getting yards, but it's been tough yards.
3rd and 5, Colonels have 2 receivers in the formation to the left. Direct snap will go to Turner again. He goes left tackle this time, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. The mark says yes. Move the chains for Jaquarion Turner. You get any blocking with the size of these backs, and they're going to get the first down. They lead the other back in the backfield ahead of the guy who gets the snap, and that makes it even better for him because they've got all that weight leading through the hole at a pretty good speed.
Yeah, he takes on that first linebacker and then dares the safeties to come up and make the tackle.
But the line is also doing the job. Fresh set of downs at the 45. Strength of the formation to the left. Turner's going to go left. Tried to cut it out. Now decides to cut it up, and he almost got 10 yards. He got 9 to the 46 of Naaman Forest.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. This offensive line starts to take over because they're just so big and strong. They eventually start taking over. You start picking up a little bit more yards as the game carries on. That's why it's kind of important, you know, like Naaman Forest has been able to do, is go ahead and score early and fast.
2nd and 1, almost a free play here for the Colonels. This is Turner, who will hand it to Wilson. Wilson reverses his field, has a first down and more. Tackled from behind by number 10, Jared Davis at the 39-yard line, gain of 7.
I think Keelan McKinnon was able to reach out and barely get him. As watch him, he bounces out to the outside, and 24, McKinnon right there, just gets him and slows him down.
Yeah, give the assist to McKinnon there. Great job, though, lateral movement there by Wilson, as he went around Frank Martinez for 1. 1st and 10 at the 39. Now the snap will go to Turner. Round right end, finds an opening, spins, but can't go much further. Boy, he loves that spin move when you're about to hit him.
Well, it's an interesting play right there that South Garland does, and they use Turner's speed because they see all the guys coming from the right side from Naaman Forest. They just can't reach him. He's too fast. So in order for him to be those guys to be able to get Turner, that defensive end has to slow Turner down and get upfield just a little bit, slow him down, and then they can catch him and grab him, pull him down. If not, Turner's going to take the edge, and he's going to be gone.
Jordan Flores tripped him up about a half yard short of the first on 2nd and 1. Going to sweep it right, and this should be enough for the first down. It's Kevontae Wilson again.
They just keep moving those chains.
Gain of 6 on this one. Yeah, the pickups in this drive so far have been 9, 7, 10, and 6. That's a pretty good average per carry. This drive started back at the 34. Those are the last 5 carries in this drive.
There you can see the rain coming down a little bit.
It's light, just enough to keep that ball slick. 1st and 10, South Garland. Pretty good drive here as we're at the 8:20 mark of the second quarter. Turner all alone in the shotgun. Finds an opening up the middle and surges forward. Boy, he's hard to bring down. They finally corral him about the 16, but that's 7 yards on first down.
Yeah, you got Xavier Orta, Diego Escante, Marcus Sanchez, Mario Vasquez. Those guys are some big dudes, and they are really, really starting to take over that defensive line.
Going to mark it at the 16.5, 2nd and 4.
About 6, 2nd and 4.
This drive already 4.5 minutes long. Started back at the 34 of South. This time Wilson will take the snap. He's going to throw it into the end zone, incomplete. And the intended receiver was Kevontae Wilson.
Well, it's interesting that Naaman Forest didn't bite on that. They had guys in coverage like they knew that was going out for a route. It's just really interesting because most of the time they're blocking every time, and then all of a sudden he pops back there and throws it, and they've got guys all over in coverage. They weren't fooled.
3rd and 4, probably 4-down territory for the Colonels. Trailing 21-7, they need points in a hurry. Turner is wide to the left. Williams takes the snap. They're going to kill the play. By the way, we hadn't had a lot of penalties so far, Bob.
False start, number 8, South
First
Garland.
false start of the night, which is very unusual nowadays.
Well, so now you had 3rd and 3, and now you're back to 3rd and almost 10, about 3rd and 9.
You got to figure they got 2 plays to get the first down. South Garland wearing a lot of pink tonight here. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pink towels, pink socks. Their undershirts are pink, as you can see on the sleeves of Turner, as he waits in the backfield along with Williams for the snap. Turner will take it, being chased, but he cuts it off over right tackle, and he is close to the first down. No, actually, he's a little bit short. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to need about 4 or 5 yards here. Probably will go for it.
Again, they turn loose those guys on the outside to chase Turner, and Turner just, he's too quick. He gets through there, gets through the hole and upfield before they can get to him.
You know, not a bad time for a timeout here. This is a very, very critical play, trailing 21-7 midway second quarter. 4th and 5. Turner waiting for the snap. 5 seconds on the play clock, they get it off. Just going to keep it right guard, looking for the first down. He's got it. Now he's looking for the end zone, tripped up, and he'll fall inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal coming after a gain of 16.
Well, that's defeating for a defense. When you stop them right there, you get 4th and 5, and boy, they just keep going, and then they get that first down. Now they got, 4 plays inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be tough to stop that.
Here they come to the line, trying to finish off this long drive and get back in this game.
Yeah, heavy dose straight up the middle here.
Williams looks like he's going to take the snap. Nope, they direct snap it, but got problems. So we've also got a penalty marker. I think they killed the play, Bobby.
False
with procedure call.
Number 5.
Thank goodness, because they might have lost the football on that scrum.
Still first down.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Why be tricky here? Your offensive line has been strong. Turner's running the ball good. And then all of a sudden you sneak somebody up under center to do a trick play. I'm not sure.
Yeah, watch what they do here. See the kid under center there, which they never do. He never got the ball.
No, the ball just got stuck on the ground there. They blew the whistle. We couldn't hear it up here, but they must have blown the whistle as soon as he's fixing to snap it.
So from the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, and I didn't say it. The last thing he needs is a 5-yard penalty at the 3, and they got one. Short gain to the 6 on 1st down for Turner.
Martinez in the middle right there. He is really having a good game. Big number 70.
Gain of 2, and 3rd down coming. Or is it 2nd down? It'll be second down.
Second down here.
5:30 clock running here in the first half. Again, it's 21-7. Naaman Forest. Turner, or the Colonels trying to get back in this one within 1 possession. Going to snap it to Williams. He'll hand it to Wilson, sweeping left, being chased, and he's going to be down for a 5-yard loss. Great pursuit there by Naaman Forest. Negron, number 12, along with Flores, number 15.
Yeah, Negron's been everywhere. I mean, he is really quick. He's a great defensive end linebacker there, and see how he was reading that just all the way down the line of scrimmage, all the way down the line. Here he comes. Now go get him.
What name have we called more than any other tonight?
Yeah,
Negron.
And I believe he was playing basically like a defensive tackle. I mean, I think he's right on the outside of the center.
Just an unusual number to play defensive tackle, number 12, but the number doesn't mean anything.
So they slide him out, and now they bring an extra defensive end in.
On 3rd and goal at the 11. Might go for it on 4th down. Turner takes a snap, delays a second, breaks a tackle, fights for the goal line, and he has got it. Although it looks like it may come back. Yeah, that is a touchdown for Jaquarion Turner. And holding South Garland. So 2 key penalties on the Colonels
10 yards
once they got a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Down.
Well, they've had a lot of plays to try to get it in there. But I like the job that Turner does here. See, he delays it for a second. And when you do that, it gives some time for your blocks to open up.
It also gave some time for holding, unfortunately.
I just didn't see it there on the TV screen.
That'll move it back to the 21-yard line.
Well, they've had a lot of plays right inside.
Let me ask
20.
you,
I think
wasn't the line of scrimmage the 6-yard line?
I believe it was.
Well, they just marked off 15 yards on a holding call. It's marked at the 21.
Well, it's a spot foul. So.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you get holding that far in the backfield on a play like that? See my point?
Got him.
Williams took the snap and was buried back outside the 25-yard line.
Well, it's just a big defensive stand that Naaman Forest is putting up right here.
So now it's 4th and goal. They may try a field goal. And I believe that's the kicker coming in right now. This will be a pretty healthy attempt for Giovanni Serrano.
Well, Adrian Brown just reads that so fast. Comes up. I think that was going to be a pass play. Adrian Brown just breaks through there and puts the pressure on him.
Now, we've been bragging on these kickers. Their extra points have looked really good tonight. He's going to need a good one here. It's going to be a 43-yard attempt if they try it to get within 11 points. Serrano, decent snap. Here comes the rush, and it's blocked. Never had a chance as they surged in from the left defensive end and just buried the ball. So a big play for Naaman Forest. They're going to keep their 14-point lead at 21-7. We may look back on that one later as being a huge play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good choice to play that, especially if your kicker can do it. But I think the holder and the snap kind of fumbled the ball. And
yeah,
so
it
the
wasn't
kicker
a perfect snap. Yeah,
well, I don't know if it was the snap or the just fumbling the ball. We couldn't really see it there, but it had made the kicker delay it for just a tiny second. And it just gives him big number 11 time to get in there and bust it down.
Ball may have been slippery with the light rain. 1st and 10 Rangers leading 21-7. Big break there. They're going to come out in a tight formation, strong right with a split backfield. Campbell under center. Looks over a 5-man front, 8 in the box. And they're going to run it, cutting it outside. And nice stiff arm there from the back, Brandon Harden. Man, that's a stiff arm. That's as stiff as it gets. Some of the fans on hand tonight braving the weather on no umbrellas. It's so light, though, I think, Bobby, it'd take a while to get wet out there. Of course, that's easy to say up in the dry press box. We've got an injured player over there on the far side. It looks like a South Garland player. Let's take a break. 3:18 left here in the first half. 21-7, Naaman Forest on GRS TV. Well, after the injury, we're going to get back to play here with a 2nd and 3.5.
The Tavian Lee looks like is coming off the field.
3:18 left here in the first half. South Garland has all 3 of their timeouts. Naaman Forest on offense has 1 timeout left. 21-7 Rangers, who are 1-2 in district. Big game for both teams. Actually, South Garland would be pretty much eliminated from any playoff hopes at 0-3 coming in if they were to lose tonight. A win could really help Naaman Forest cause. Right now, they're tied for 4th place. 2nd and 4 Rangers. Deep handoff, Lee. 1st down and more right up the gut. There goes Lee. Will he score? He's being chased. And he's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. But what a run by Jahari Lee with great blocking up the middle.
I mean, that offensive line just pushes everybody so far forward. Watch this. He doesn't even get touched. just straight up the middle. That line just dominated.
49 yards for Jahari Lee, right up the middle of the field. Man, that is a north-south run right there if you've ever seen a north-south.
Yeah,
he did not stray from that line one bit. It's like he's running down a straight line. First and goal at the 4-yard line. One receiver set, 2 backs behind Campbell. Naaman looking to take a 3-possession lead. Going to pitch it to Harden. He stretches out for the end zone.
He got it. No,
did he get
short.
it? No signal from the linesman. They're going to say he's down inches from the goal line. I'm not sure you can get any closer without scoring.
Well, I would think they're going to do it again.
See if it's a good play, a good call here, Bobby. See if he scores or not. I thought he was a little short. Harden with the carry. Yeah, the knee went down maybe a little early.
Good call.
Second and goal from the 1. 3 chances to score here probably. Pitch it Harden, surge. He's cut down, but he did get the ball into the end zone. Nice tackle, but just enough to score the Naaman Forest touchdown. And the touchdown by Brendan Harden.
Just a little pitch. Boom. Just all you got to get is a half a yard. So good defense there by number 7 to try to make the stop, Hubbard, but
Francisco will try the extra point. Castillo, the last name. High and deep.
Did it get in?
And good, just inside the right upright. They all look good in the box score. That was right down the middle in the box score. We got a timeout on the field as you see Castillo on the sideline. 2:06 left here in the first half. It's now Naaman Forest 28, South Garland 7. Back after this on GRS TV. Naaman Forest will kick off with a 28-7 lead tonight here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium with a light rain coming down. Nice evening temperature-wise. Forget our other game this week that you can see will be Saxe versus North Garland. Both those games this week on GRS TV. Short pop-up kickoff that's fair caught at the 34. At 33, that's where South Garland will start.
When you look at the box score, it looks really close. I mean, Naaman Forest with 183 yards and South Garland with 135 yards. But when you start to, if you're watching the game, it's like when Naaman Forest gets the ball, in 3 plays they score. And when South Garland gets the ball, it's a long, methodical, football drive to get into the end zone.
As you said off the air, South Garland hadn't made many tackles tonight. There just hadn't been many.
Yeah, as soon as Naaman Forest gets the ball, it's like they take a handoff and boom, they're going 20 or 30 yards.
Tight formation here on 1st and 10. Get a handed off on a sweep right. Cutting it up for a short gain to the 33. They take the ball away at the last minute, but definitely down was Cavante Wilson. Gain of 1 on the play.
Carter Baroud there, that defensive line. He's just kind of been staying out there at defensive end. You just watch him. He's down to the left on our screen. He's done a wonderful job just stringing that ball out.
Trying to spread the field here with a receiver each way. Williams takes the snap, just bulls his way over right tackle, and a pretty good gain out to the 39. 3rd and short coming. Gilberto Malara on the stop.
Oh, Williams, just strong, powerful runner, and just gets in behind big number 75. And when you can do that, I mean, you're just going to pick up yards. Marcus Sanchez just clearing the way.
to the 48, a fresh set of downs for South. We're under 50 seconds, right at 50 left, and they have 3 timeouts left, not using one yet. Short gain here. They may need a timeout here, and they will take it as it comes from the sideline, the South Garland sideline. Let's take one. 43 seconds left in our first half. 28-7, Naaman Forest over South Garland.
Their first
here
time
on
out of the half.
GRS TV. Back to play here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium as we near halftime. The bands and drill teams will go on. It's just a light rain here on a Friday night, as they're all setting up on the sidelines here down in the south end of the stadium. As we get back to play, South Garland with a 2nd and 7 at the Naaman 45. Turner going to run a reverse. He did hand it off. Naaman Forest, though, didn't bite too much on it. This is going to go for just a 5-yard gain. You hope to get more out of a reverse like that.
I tell you, Naaman Forest's defense just really played well. And you see number 12 rolling out. I mean, we've been calling his name, and he was right there where he was supposed to be. Again, Negron, I mean, he's just all over the field.
And he wasn't fooled either on the reverse. Palacios on the carry. Here's a direct snap and a first down right up the middle. And Turner is going to go the distance. Touchdown, South Garland.
Oh, with 8 seconds on the clock. I mean, that's when you can't give those big runs up.
Wow, and what a burst of speed. Turner looks like the quickest player on this team.
Well,
once he gets in the open field. Got the power inside and then the speed once he gets free.
Yeah, that's just exactly what you didn't want for Naaman Forest. You wanted to go in, eat that clock up, and go into half at 28-7 lead. And, boy, you give a big play up like that. That's tough right here at the half.
Here's Serrano for the PAT, and it's right down the middle. Here comes a replay of the touchdown, Bobby. We can see the hole, but the speed. This is why.
Boom, big block right there. Look at those 2 great blocks and just sprung that.
And the explosion is why you're going to see him on Saturdays in the future. That's a very explosive run by Jaquarion Turner. 8 seconds left here in the first half. Let's take a break. 28-14, Naaman Forest on GRS TV. Folks in the stands here from Homer B tonight, enjoying some Friday night action. South Garland will kick off now within 2 possessions, 28-14, as we'll go to the half here, barring a big return here from Naaman Forest. It's a short pooch kick, and it's going to be caught out of bounds, so there'll be no big return here. Jordan Flores caught it. Pretty entertaining game so far. South Garland's got to feel like they've got a chance now, scoring right before the half here.
Yeah, you know, what do you do if you're Naaman Forest here? Are you going to try to run the ball and actually try to do something?
I'm just going to heave it deep with 8 seconds, or just take a knee, whichever they prefer.
We'll add 5 yards to the 37. First down.
I don't know. I think I'd run it right over the right tackle again and see if you can break
Oh, that's a good point.
Because, I mean, they haven't been able to stop them at all.
Yeah. You know, a handoff might be the most explosive play they could run. Split backfield behind Campbell. Going to pitch it right. A little reverse, a little bit of trickery. Here comes McCartney. Devasier is loose. But they do a good job of staying home and stringing it out. And that's going to do it for the first half as the clock reads all zeros. Well, Naaman Forest is in command right now, although their lead just got cut to 14 as we go to the halftime. Naaman Forest 28, South Garland 14. Back with the second half kickoff soon here on GRS TV. Scott Powell and Bobby George back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium as we're about ready to start the second half. 28-14, Naaman Forest over South Garland. We have our first half highlights coming soon momentarily, and here they come. A lot of pink on the sidelines tonight. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They do a good job of celebrating that here in the Garland ISD. South Garland and Naaman Forest taking the field for the ball game, and here come your first half highlights. Lemuel Adams with a 46-yard touchdown run to get the scoring started. Just pure speed right there.
Yeah, outrun everybody to the corner. Set, hut.
Turner completes a long drive for South Garland with a 1-yard touchdown run. Right there, we're tied at 7. Then Naaman Forest scored the next 21 points. First touchdown there, Jahari Lee on the 10-yard run right up the middle. Yep, Turner turns it over with a fumble here, leading to a short Naaman Forest scoring drive of 20 yards, capped by this Jahari Lee 6-yard run. All of a sudden it's 21-7. Blocked field goal as South Garland tried to kick one, and Naaman Forest recovered. Harden with a 1-yard touchdown run here as he just barely got the ball across. 28-7, and then a late field goal from South Garland.
Turner.
No, it was a Turner touchdown run, excuse me.
39-yard touchdown,
yeah.
And right before the half.
To get them back in the game somewhat at 28-14 as we've had our second half kickoff. Looks like it went out of bounds one more time. So let's see, South Garland has to kick off to start the half, but let's see if they can continue that momentum into the second half here. Naaman Forest will scrimmage first at the 25.
Well, the first downs are so close between each team, and the total yards is so close. Naaman Forest has 199 total yards. South Garland 203 total yards. Just totally perfect together. I mean, they're just so close. So we'll see what happens this second half, see what they can do, because one team's going to have to come out on top in this thing. So what the difference in the score is basically is a turnover. You know, they were able to turn the ball over. Naaman Forest was able to take advantage of it, put it in the end zone. So we're going to see what they can do this second half, see if South Garland can take control of the game. They get another score in here, the game will be close. I mean, offensively, both teams are just right neck and neck on how they've been playing.
Lemuel Adams went 14 yards on the first play of the second half. First and 10 at the 39. Ball center of the field. Tight formation for Naaman. They do have a receiver out here to the left. Split backfield behind Campbell, who will turn and hand it, and tackled for a loss in the backfield was Burrell, and the penetration and tackle was made by Gabriel Ellis, senior tackle for South Garland. And that is a loss of 1 on the play.
He just sneaks right through there.
Make it a loss of 3.
Finds a little gap. It gets a good loss of play right there.
Second down 11. Turn, another handoff, Jahari Lee, and
nice
he had a couple of touchdown runs in the first half, and he busts it off for 7 here to the 45.
Nice patient run. He gives a little stutter step, makes a couple of guys miss, and then shoots through there. Nice play. Both teams had to go through a lot of adjustment down, at halftime. I'm sure South Garland tried to figure out what they can do to stop this running game going over the right side of their defense, and same with Naaman Forest, hopefully.
3rd and 4 for the Rangers, where they'll have to probably punt it away here. Campbell with a long count. Hands it to Adams, who cuts it in, then cuts it out. He's got a first down and a lot more. He will be drugged down from behind, but not before he gets the first down all the way to the 35-yard line. Great job, great lateral movement there from the quick Lemuel Adams.
Yeah, Cameron Smith, number 75, big sophomore offensive lineman there, leads the way and breaks this thing out for him. Watch this big old block by number 75. Boom. He seals that edge. You do that, it gives Lemuel a lot of running room.
21 yards for Lemuel. Wardlaw made the tackle. 1st and 10, 34. 2 receivers out to the right. Campbell just a simple dive handoff to Lee, and he is stacked up for nothing. Good penetration there from South Garland. Right up the middle.
Antoine Edwards comes through there at the safety position. I think he's playing like a little bit of a linebacker, but he was able to penetrate the line there and make a great play defensively.
Tyler Carter, number 73, was also there. 2nd and 10. Rangers. 7 men in the box, 5 on the line. He drops it off over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted, intended for Tommy Dunn.
Well, it's a little in a hurry. It might be because they haven't been throwing the ball very much, but you got to let that play develop just a little bit. Quarterback took it, boom, threw it real fast. If he just sits and takes his time for a second, let that thing open up, he would have had him.
3rd and 10, Naaman Forest. Probably 4-down territory, though.
Again, when you're not throwing it, that's the second pass of the game. You haven't thrown very much. You tend to hurry things there.
I can only remember 1 pass from South Garland in the first half. 3rd down play coming.
Oh,
end
trickery.
around, inside end around to Adams, and they block it well, and Lemuel has the sideline and a first down for Naaman Forest, and they'll mark him out at the 14-yard line.
Wow, that was a pretty little play right there. They get everybody going one direction. Lemuel comes underneath. Watch everybody toss it right. Whoop. No, just kidding. Then you got all your big linemen pulling for you.
Yeah, beautiful trap play there. Gain of 20 for Lemuel.
Tiptoeing those sidelines.
Opening possession of the second half. Naaman trying to extend their lead. Right now it's 28-14. Campbell under center. Just going to hand it to Lee on the dive, and he's stacked up for nothing. Down low with the initial penetration.
Well, I tell you, just they have the line. They got 4 guys stacked on the right side of the line offensively, and earlier they were running right off the end, and so you had 2 tight end sets there on one side, so you're over, the weight of the line is all to the right, and they would run off that end, and they were getting real good success. You can see, if you can count it right now, you got 1, 2, 3, and then you got a little up back. They were running to that side.
2nd and 9, turn and hand to Lee, who's hit early, and he'll get nothing over left tackle. South Garland stiffening here inside the red zone. And Lee is stopped at the 12-yard line for a 1-yard gain. 3rd and long coming. They'll need 8. Can get a first down just inside the 5.
Let's see if they go back to that. So they're on the left hash. They have the open side of the field to the right side. We'll see if they can get that ball going to the right on that right side direction.
Naaman's 2 out of 2 on 3rd down in this drive. They need one here. Toss to Burrell. He cuts it out around tackle. That'll give him the first down. He dives. I said that'll give it to him. He's actually going to be just slightly short as he got cut down quickly and even flew through the air and is down at the 5. They're going to need a yard on 4th down.
I think they're bringing in the kicking unit. That's the play I'm calling for, though, right there. That's what they were having so much success doing, that play right there. They kind of got away from it on this drive, but boy, when they do it, picked up 9 yards, just a little bit short, but they've got their kicking team on the field.
Now they're going to take a timeout, though, and talk about it first.
Timeout.
Although let's make sure South didn't take the time. Nope, Naaman Forest takes it. 6:59 opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Naaman Forest leading 28-14 and looking for more here on GRS TV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part you could be. Garland ISD proud too.
Rangers rush to the line. You see some of the folks on the sideline in pink as it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 5-yard line. Here goes Naaman Forest with a full house backfield. Campbell trying to draw him off, and it looks like he has. There was penetration on that defensive front.
I think he got movement in the backfield.
Oh, did
False
you?
start.
Yeah, okay.
Number
That's gonna
70,
be fine.
Naaman
Now they'll
Forest.
probably kick the field goal,
5-yard
Bobby.
penalty.
I think their
Remains
plan was
4th
just to
down.
see if they could draw him off, and now they'll go for the field goal. And that'll make it about a 27-yard attempt from just inside the right hash.
And it did. It drew the defense off, but you can see right here, number 70, he got him, but number 70 moved as well.
Yeah, but did they touch the offensive lineman before he moved? Obviously not.
He was in the backfield, so.
Yeah, but you got time to get back unless you touch somebody. Castillo to try the field goal. Pretty good rush, but he gets it off high and deep, and it looks very good. Yes, it is. So Naaman Forest stretches it out to a 3-possession lead, 31-14 with 6:53 left here in the 3rd quarter. Back with more in a moment on GRS TV. South Garland band playing during the timeout as we've just had a Naaman Forest field goal to make it 31-14, and they'll kick off. Francisco Castillo, looks like an onside try. It's just a little pooch toward the far sideline. Dropped,
loose,
but picked up by South Garland. Bounced right back into his arms. So the Colonel survived that fumble.
That was fortunate right there.
Look like Jacob Crum there, number 13, and South Garland will start at their 25. That opening drive by Naaman Forest took just about half of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they would get to 3rd down, and then they would run another play and get the first. So they were using all 4 plays to get their first downs, and so it just eats up a lot of clock. It's one pass the whole time, and
there were 2 out of 3 on 3rd down on that possession, and then 1 out of 1 on, or 0 for 1 on 4th. That's when the drive stalled. Quick out pass caught by Wilson. He goes up the sideline for a pretty good first down gain. We haven't seen many passes. Isn't that like the 3rd of the night, Bobby?
You know, it's a good pass too, and they should use it more often. Just to do it to spread the defense out and make them play a little honest. It's a pretty safe play.
Keelan McKinnon knocked him out, 2nd and 5.
You see you got 3 guys down.
Stacked.
You got 2 guys covering them.
So look for them to run left, and they run up the middle. That's what you call spreading the field. This is Williams.
It's just so interesting. You got 3 guys down there and only 2 guys covering them, and they still run the ball.
That's Williams, number 5, DJ, to the 37 and a first down.
It shows you how Naaman Forest doesn't believe that they will throw the ball, so they just keep a guy over there and don't even go down and cover him.
That's interesting. 3 guys, and they only have 1 guy to cover.
Yeah, and just they still don't think they're going to throw it, and
I
they
would throw it more often than.
And they didn't. They ran on it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Ball on the right hash now. Turner delays and takes off with the snap. Gets a short gain before being tackled by Adrian Brown at the 40-yard line. That's a 3-yard gain. You know, South Garland, it's hard for them to come back with this kind of offense down by 17. I mean, they may drive the field, Bobby, but they may take the rest of this quarter to do it, and they're down by 17.
Yeah, that's what we were saying at halftime. I mean, when he was able to actually break that long run, that's what it's going to take here. They're going to have to break a long run to get back in it.
And they rarely go outside and go out of bounds. It's mostly between the tackles. And there goes Turner between the tackles. Right up the middle, cuts it a little bit left, and he's going to be short of the first down. 3rd and 5 coming. Malara made the stop.
Yeah, the Rangers' defense is really pretty good. I mean, they really swarm
have been all
the
year.
ball. You know, it's not just one guy tackling somebody. They're just swarming it.
They only give up 120 on the ground, 88 through the air, and they're 8th in the Metroplex, giving up only 214 yards a game. That's good defense.
That's good defense, yeah.
They've played 3 low-scoring games out of their 6. Very low-scoring. They just don't have the offense to keep up with it. Williams has the first down run over left tackle as he pounds his way to the 49. Flowers and McKinnon in on the stop.
Well, they blitz straight up the middle, and big number 57 picks the blitz up. I mean, that's a great job by your offensive lineman to be able to look to see that blitz coming, step into it.
Sorry, Bobby. It's almost like a prevent-run defense. They're going to give them 4 or 5 yards as long as they take the rest of the quarter to go down the field down by 17. It's almost like they're playing right into Naaman's hands here by running it between the tackles. Now they come outside with it and get out of bounds here and stop the clock. And that is Jaquarion Turner. You know what I mean by kind of a prevent-run defense? They're giving them 4 or 5 yards because they know that clock's going to keep running.
Well, we got a flag just came out of nowhere right here, and
We've
I
had
don't
a
know
lot
if
of
it was
those.
a celebration flag.
We've had a lot of boundary flags tonight, after the play was over on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're so strict with the guys, celebrating, and I did see some guys celebrating, but it was on defense after they hit.
Here's the replay.
Let's see what we see. I wasn't sure. See, do a good job there spreading it out, but now he gets down on the sideline. Now he's out, okay? And then you'll watch. See, he gets thrown down here, number 11, and there comes the flag.
Well, I didn't see anything.
After the play was over, we have a dead ball, personal foul, number 28, South Garland.
On the offense.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11, Naaman Forest. Those penalties will offset. It'll be 2nd down.
We've seen some of that tussling on the sideline tonight.
So you see what happens. He gets hit right here. Number 11 gets thrown down, so they call a penalty on number 20.
Oh, I see. I see
28,
that, yeah.
But then number 11 gets back up and starts dancing around, and then so they give him the other foul, so it goes to offsetting.
Remember, though, if those players get a second one, then they'll get ejected. That's why they tell you about those plays, even though they go both ways. At the 43, it's 2nd and 8, so they get the 8-yard gain.
That's why it's so important to stay cool and don't celebrate, don't talk trash, because that would have been a 15-yard penalty against South Garland, but then it ended up being offsetting.
Direct snap to Williams. He wants to throw. This is a rarity. He's going to go deep down the middle. 2 receivers and defenders there. Is it
came
picked
down
up?
with it.
I think McCartney, Devassier got it. It looks like number 11 for Naaman.
How about that?
One official pointed the wrong way. It appears he pointed offensive catch, but I believe McCartney for Naaman caught that ball.
I think they're trying to discuss it. They don't know yet. It looked like a white
McCartney
jersey
still
had
got the ball, by the way, as he walked toward the sideline with the football and dropped it over there near the sideline. I'm pretty sure he had the football.
I'm pretty sure, and I think, South Garland was trying to rip it out of his hands, but I believe South Garland had that ball.
The only signal we got was first down offense.
The referee
which made
has
no
idea
sense.
what to call.
And he's getting help, it appears, from his official mates
They
here.
need a replay up here.
Well, we've
Let's
got
see,
it.
we got it right here.
There's McCartney, number 11, fighting with the receiver for the ball.
Both have it, but McCartney comes down with it.
It's got interception written all over it.
Boy, you can see 21 trying to get
Trey
it out
Charles.
of his hands, and then he even gives up on it.
Here we go with the call.
After the play, we have dead ball.
Again?
Unsportsmanlike, number 57 on South Garland. And then we have unsportsmanlike, number 50 on Naaman Forest. Number 50 also has a second unsportsmanlike.
Oh.
He is now disqualified from the game.
Bobby, have you ever seen so many
Those penalties were all
unsportsmanlikes in one
set.
game?
It'll be first and goal, South Garland.
They
Personal
give the
fouls.
catch to South Garland.
You kidding me? Wow. Well, there's a Naaman Forest coach all the way out to the numbers who wants an explanation. They're not happy with this call. That's Marvin Sedbury wanting an answer from the referee. And I think the referees, we have an official timeout. David Tugger is going to go talk to Marvin Sedbury, the head coach, as you see there from Naaman Forest. He wants to know where they got those calls. We have had a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct, a lot of chippiness out there tonight. Well, it didn't take a long explanation for Marvin to be satisfied.
Let's see. Oh, man, that was close.
Better angle here from our end zone camera.
That was a really close. Maybe they got the call correct.
It's a big break for South
See
Garland.
right here. See if we can see it. Who goes up and gets it? Oh, tie goes to the receiver.
That is true,
Boy,
I guess.
I'm telling you, that's just...
Could go either way, couldn't it? That's the
when
best angle we've seen right there.
When he falls down, it goes into the defender's hands.
First and goal. Turner's hitting the backfield. Will be dropped for a loss. So good response there from Naaman Forest. And Gilberto Malaro, we've called his name all night long with another tackle for Naaman Forest. Number 41 you see right there. Watch this. I mean, Turner never had a chance. Nice hit. One-on-one. And he really didn't need any help, but Turner was headed down before the help arrived. And that's unusual, to tackle a South Garland back one-on-one like that. Now Williams is in the shot with Turner here on second and goal. South Garland can inch their way a little bit closer with a touchdown here. Trailing 31-17. Turner's got the snap.
Walks in.
Make it 31-14, but make it 6 more as Turner, as you heard, walked into the end zone with a South Garland touchdown. And all of a sudden, South is within 11 points. And I fully expect them to kick the extra point here and get within 10.
Well, they got some good blocking. I mean, just
made it look easy.
Right up.
With these backs, 5 yards, it can be made look very easy.
And they got some big offensive linemen that do a lot of pulling, make a lot of plays.
Kinsey will hold here for the kicker.
No
good. He missed it. Serrano missed a key extra point, so they're still down by 11 instead of 10 if he had made the extra point. So that could be a big miss as we look down the road. 3:11 left here in the third quarter. 31-20 here on GRS TV. South Garland will kick off. down by 11, 31-20, after they just went 75 yards on that touchdown drive, used 3:37 off the clock, which is not a lot for a team that likes to just run it on almost every play.
Yeah, that's why it's important to throw that ball deep every once in a while.
But it was a deep completion that got him to the 5-yard line and set up the touchdown. Here comes Naaman, little trickery on the return, and they hand it off on the end around. Wow. That looks like Malachi Burrell all the way out to the 44-yard line.
Well, all that trickery. Who had the ball?
Let's see if we can see a replay and see if we can follow the ball, Bobby.
They just threw a flag. So
another unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe. And boy, we've had a bunch. Here we go.
He hides the ball, hands it here.
Hands it. Nope, fakes it and then hands it.
There it is.
It's a lot easier when we see it on the screen, isn't it? From a distance, it was hard to follow. Burrell with the return.
They have a dead ball, personal foul.
Another dead ball foul. We've seen a bunch of those
15
tonight.
yards from the end of the run. First down.
Late hits and unsportsmanlike conducts. I'm thinking we're nearing 200 yards maybe in penalty yardage just because of the 15-yarders tonight. So Naaman will start at the 42 of South Garland. 3 minutes left, third quarter, 31-20 Rangers as they come up to the line. Going to go with Harden and Adams, although now they break it up a little bit. Now it's Harden and Ward in the backfield, 20 and 21. Going to turn and hand it to Harden. Big hole right tackle. Breaks a tackle. And that was Ward, by the way. They look pretty similar. Ward was tripped up beyond the first down marker as he gets all the way to the 27.
Yeah, that's the play I've been calling for. That's where they bread and butter at the beginning of the game. They had big 75 pulling for them, 85, all these guys over on that right side. And it's just been easy running the entire game on that side. That's what I would just keep doing and pounding it that direction.
He had Ward at 88 yards against North Garland in a rare start last week. Kyrie Ward. He is behind Campbell with Harden to his right. Palmer Campbell, the quarterback, will hand a little, almost dropped it in the backfield. Not a good handoff. He was lucky to get the ball to Harden, who was dropped for a loss.
Yeah, that was just a little messed up right there. They lose big yards here. So you they go the wrong direction, I guess, and I don't know. There's a little misdirection. The play call was wrong in the huddle. They didn't figure out what they were doing there. It almost caused them a fumble.
And then Harden was dealing with a greased pig, it appeared, and just barely hung on for the 3-yard loss. If there's such thing as a good 3-yard loss, that was it, because that ball could have been left on the turf. 2nd and 13, Naaman Forest. Send a receiver each way with a 2-set backfield. Play action fake. Hit as he throws down the middle. Open touchdown, Naaman Forest. It's Lemuel Adams.
Boy, Palmer Campbell just throws a beautiful pass while he's getting hit. And just puts it right on the money. Watch him get hit, sets in the pocket, throws it. Lemuel does the rest.
Hey, that might be a play that worked because they haven't tried it all night, Bobby. A play action deep over the middle. I don't think they've run it all night, and it surprised South, I believe. That's a huge touchdown. Now it's 37-20 late in the third. The extra point's going to make it 38-20. Naaman Forest with 1:36 left in our third quarter. We'll see if South Garland's got a rally in them, but they're down by 18 when we come back on GRS TV. .42-yard touchdown drive thanks to a kickoff return and a penalty against South Garland. Only took 2 plays. The last 27 on the pass to Lemuel Adams. Love that name, Bobby.
And it was a beautiful play, too. A little play action. I mean, they've been running
the ball. It all night.
Yeah, running.
Little return up the far sideline. It's going to give South Garland good field position at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, you run the ball constantly right up the middle, right off that right edge, and then you get those safeties and everybody coming into the box trying to stop that run, and then boom, all of a sudden you just toss it out deep on them.
Importance of this game, Naaman Forest has Saxey and Rowlett out of the way. They've already lost to them, so they've got a favorable schedule, and they're sitting there in a tie for 4th at 1-2. South Garland is pretty much do or die tonight. They're 0-3 and would only have 3 games left after tonight. They wouldn't be eliminated tonight with a loss, but it'd almost be impossible for them if they were to lose. So key game for both teams here. 38-20, Naaman Forest. South Garland's got the football. Jaquarion with a keeper out of shotgun to about the 46.
When you look at the scoreboard and you look at what Naaman's average points per game, they only average 9.5 points per game, and then tonight they put up 38 already.
Let's see if they even come close to that in any other game. If you give me a minute, I could tell you. Their other highest scoring output in a football game was 17-0 over North. Nope. Yeah, the most they had scored before tonight was 17, and the win over North Garland 17-0. Does that tell you anything? They've more than doubled that tonight.
You still got a whole quarter to go.
Yeah. Turner keeps it, trying to go around the corner, and they strung it out nicely and nowhere to go. Leading the way for Naaman Forest was Jaquaylin Hudson. 3rd down coming. Although for Turner, very much 4-down territory, I'm sure. 22 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Here come the Colonels. They need the 42 of Naaman Forest. Got a 3-receiver set out to the left.
Yeah, and only 2 guys out there. 1 guy's covering 2.
They just don't even think they're going to throw it at all. How many do they have to put out there before they'll put more defenders out there?
Well, I tell you, I'd throw the ball over there and see if you could do something.
Why not?
Number 18, Naaman Forest, 5-yard penalty.
That's the amazing thing, Bobby. They don't throw it despite the mismatch.
And when they did, they threw a 39-yard bomb earlier and got it down on the 4-yard line.
Just toss it out there quickly, get a couple of blocks on the one guy. And
you got to at least make the defense think you're going to throw it. I mean, they're not even covering the guys and still leaving 8 guys in the box.
5-yard walk-off against the Rangers. That makes it a 3rd and 2.
I mean, look at that. They got 2 guys up top, 1 guy covering.
1 guy covering 2 people. That is amazing. Turner.
And they still run it.
Just to keep up the middle. Found an open window there over right guard. Took it and got the 1st down to the 40. That'll do it for 3 quarters tonight. It's Naaman Forest 38. They have never trailed in this game, and South Garland has 20, an 18-point lead. Back for the 4th in a moment on GRS TV. Well, we head off to the 4th and final quarter. South Garland with the ball, trailing 38-20. Just continue to try to inch their way back into this one. They got it down to 11 not long ago here in the 2nd half. Negron just stops the running back in his tracks, holds on for dear life, and gets some help. That'll be a gain of nothing for Kevontae Wilson. Mr. Durham Negron has been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, him and Martinez both being right there of the defensive inside guys. I mean, they have really played well. Stacked it up. Allow your linebackers to come in and finish the plays. And, boy, that number 70 and 12 right there in the middle has just been playing outstanding tonight.
Big Frank and Durham been making the plays tonight. Turner looking for an opening. Breaks a tackle, and then one guy just hangs on by the jersey, or that would have gone for more.
Guess who it is?
Is it Big Frank or is it Mr. Durham?
Durham.
Durham Negron. Gain of 4. 3rd and 6 coming. Definitely 4-down territory when you're down 38-20.
You just don't see those two guys, that position, making that many tackles. Usually they get tied up, and then the linebackers come in and make the tackles, but they're getting off their blocks and actually penetrating and making plays.
So who else does that sound like in this district? Sounds like Saxey's defensive line, who's probably got the best DL in the district. Turner gets to the 32. That's going to be a couple of yards short. 4th down coming. Gain of 4 for Turner. In on that stop was Keelan McKinnon, who's had a few tackles tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, this Naaman Forest defense. They really play good.
Colonels need 2 to keep this drive going, or they'll turn it over on downs.
Think they're going to run it or pass it?
You want to bet on it?
And he's not going to get there.
No. Turner tried to go out to the tackle and then cut it up, and he had nowhere to go, and Naaman Forest is held.
Oh, wow.
Now Naaman's going to try and bleed some of that clock.
Yeah, Carter Baroud on the stop there, playing that defensive end.
You know, we're just barely over the 2-hour mark. Remember, before the game, I said this will be a quick one tonight. 2 running football teams. One for halftime, we'd be home in our jammies by now. 9:51 left. Let's see what Naaman does here. They could use a long time consuming drive on the ground. Burrell and Lee behind Campbell. Now Adams in motion. Lee takes the handoff. Finds an opening. Lowers the head and gets enough for the 1st down plus 2 more to the 45. Lee is a load.
You look up at the scores. It's Lakeview Centennials 24, Garland High School 3 in the 4th quarter.
Give
here.
Garland credit. It was 7-3 at the half. They were competitive for a half. Garland struggling, although Garland did pick up a win in district play as they come in at 1-2. They beat South Garland earlier in the year. We have Garland and North Garland next week here on GRS TV. An old-fashioned rivalry here in the Garland ISD. Are those the 2 oldest schools? Wasn't North the 2nd Garland school? I believe that's right.
I think so.
Adams cuts it up. Lemuel with a 1st down run. He's finally spilled at the 42 of South Garland. It's either South or North who were the 2nd school.
Boy, just a nice run right there. Good offensive play.
First hit by Tavion Lee. First down at the 42. Clock running, 8:40 and counting. Here's Jahari Lee one more time. Good job. Boy, he loves to just lower that head and bull over you, doesn't he? To the 34.
Wow, if you could just see some of these linemen out here blocking, it is unbelievable how far they just drove their defensive end. They drove him 50. It looked like The Blind Side, the movie. They just got on their guys and just drove them backwards.
2nd and 2. If I'm Naaman Forest, I'm watching that play clock a little bit and running it down below 10 each time.
Look at this power
which they tend
overlap.
to do anyway. Yep, we're under 10 on the play clock. Full house backfield wishbone look, it looked like. Adams will take a toss left, gets some blocking, and he's free down the sideline. Oh, he was eliminated quickly. Looked like he might go the distance there.
Yeah, I for sure thought he was going, and then all of a sudden from nowhere. Yeah, they just toss it left. They go to the weak side.
Burrell with a block there.
Oh, yeah, nice play from the safety coming across the field.
Looked like big number 72, Will Cabaness, also with a block downfield over there on the sideline. 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Fake the toss, handed up the middle. Oh, it looked like it might go for 6. Harden cut down inside the 5. That had a lot of daylight on it, and all of a sudden he got tripped up.
They thought they were going to toss left again. Whoop, and then he comes back through. Big 79 gets a good seal block right there.
Real nice open field tackle there. 38-20. Naaman Forest looking to just put this one away here with 7:20 and counting. Already up by 18. Hand off, and he will not get to the goal line. That's Kyrie Ward. But you know what? The clock keeps ticking. They don't even need points out of this. Just keep that clock running.
If they can finish this off, it's going to be a really good victory for Naaman Forest. But this game ain't over.
To be 2-2 would keep them in a 4th place tie, maybe even get into 3rd place depending on what Wiley does tonight.
I'm going right over that right edge. It's been their bread and butter.
3rd and goal. And
he got stopped nice by
Ward down at the 2.
Yeah, just a nice job right there.
So what do you do here? Go or kick? If you don't get it, you leave South at the inside the 5-yard line, down 38-20. I would think about going for this. That's just as I say that. It looks like the field goal unit's coming out.
Yeah, I see Kenzie Keller just comes in there and makes a great play, get a good stop here. But yeah, why not go ahead and get another 3 points on the board if you got it?
You know, they might have brought in the short yardage offense, though, as I say that. I think they brought in some tight ends here, Bobby. I do not see the kicker at this point.
Well, this is the same group of people that came in earlier when they tried to go in and do that quick snap.
Negron's in the backfield. Quarterback keeper,
Yeah,
dive, no signal yet. He may not have made it. They're going to have to unpile this, I guess, to be sure.
Boy, it
no
sure
signal.
looked like he got clean through there. He's laying in the end zone.
Hopefully we're going to get a replay and so we can see it better as it's all the way at the far end of the field. Naaman thinks they've scored.
There's the signal.
There it is. Touchdown Naaman Forest as they unpiled it. Palmer Campbell, the quarterback keeper.
I mean, it wasn't a short keep. That was a 2-3 yard keep right there. He had to go for a long ways.
I think he got in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's up top right there. He's completely across.
44-20. That should about do it with 5.5 minutes left. Castillo for the extra point. Naaman with their by far their biggest offensive output of the year. Kick is good. Let's take a timeout. 5.5 minutes left. Naaman Forest 45, South Garland 20 here on GRS TV. Drill team members here on a Friday night.
Yeah, they have a lot to celebrate.
It's pretty much all decided now except for the final score. Again, key game for both teams as far as a final playoff spot down the road. We have 3 weeks to go after this week.
Yeah, this would be a big victory for Naaman Forest. Actually, to put this much points on the board after, not hardly getting any points all year long. They come into this game and, boy, they've really exposed South Garland's defense. They've just really played really outstanding.
They still have Garland to play, which, Naaman Forest will be the favorite going into that one. The kickoff goes out of bounds. They still have Lakeview left to play, which is a winnable game. And they have Wiley left to play. So Naaman Forest has a chance to finish strong and maybe get a playoff berth with the remaining schedule. They've already lost to the top 2 teams, so the schedule is going to be a little easier down the road here. South Garland's going to be 0-4 in 2 games out of 4th place.
You know, and South Garland's offense is just not that bad. They're able to run the ball, and when they want, Turner can throw it. It's just they've just not been able to stop anybody on defense.
1st and 10. Turner is not in there in the backfield. They've got the jumbo backfield right now. And let's see who that was. That looks like Deontay Jackson with his first carry of the night. Well, these red on gray jerseys are hard to read. The pink makes it a little bit easier as we see one of the pink undershirts on one of the South Garland Colonels. Now Williams will be the shotgun quarterback. Going to hand it on a delay to Kevontae Wilson. He's hitting the backfield, squirms out of that, but picks up 3 yards to the 33.
Boy, that Ranger defense still just swarming the ball. I mean, they are having a good time out there, knowing the game is, you know, up to them to win it right here. Just to keep these guys out of the end zone. They are swarming the ball. And it looks like maybe they're moving a couple of guys in and out there at corner and safety a little bit. But mainly they still got their main guys playing linebacker and on the line down here.
Another reason South Garland's in trouble, if they lose this, they still have to play Saxe and Wiley, the 1st and 3rd place teams at this point. So, you know, it's going to be hard for them to go undefeated the rest of the way, and that's almost what they'd have to do to even have a chance of making the playoffs. Short gain, we got a 4th down coming as we're under the 4-minute mark here in the 4th.
Gilberto Valero, solo tackle for the Rangers. And first base 4th down and 4 from the 36.
Looks like we may still have a drizzle coming down, but if it is, it's barely coming down. This almost counts as a dry day compared to some of the other days. It was a dry evening. We had rain earlier in the day.
Yeah, it rained all day, and I was afraid that it was going to rain on them the whole game. But, you know, neither team really throws the ball that much. It probably didn't affect them too much.
Timeout.
Anyway.
We got a South Garland timeout. We'll take one. 3:23 left, 45-20. Naaman Forest over South Garland on GRS TV. South Garland got within 11 points in the 3rd quarter, but it's been Naaman Forest since then, and Naaman Forest early, and they've got a 45-20 lead as the South is going to have to punt it away here on 4th down. It appears they're going to punt it. McCartney, the deep man for the Rangers. Serrano, the punter.
Beauty.
Oh, this is a beautiful spiral. Oh. Dropped on the fair catch attempt. The ball loose. It's returned. Now they're not going to let him return it, but it's going to be a South Garland recovery at the 28 of Naaman Forest. Devassi McCartney just dropped it. It certainly wasn't a hard one to catch. It was a beautiful spiral.
That's why you keep playing. Game's not over.
Nope.
Naaman Forest with 378 total yards tonight. 37 in the air, the rest on the ground. 341 rushing yards. Just an excellent game. Only 5 penalties for 35 yards.
Again, they came in averaging 9.5 points and only 189 yards of offense.
They've rushed the ball 31 times with 11 yards per rush.
Now that's impressive. South Garland trying to get closer on the scoreboard here with a 1st and 10 deep in Naaman territory. Turner with the keeper, breaks a couple of tackles. Is that Turner? Nope. That is Jalen Wardlaw, excuse me. We've got an injured Naaman Forest player and a penalty marker near the end of that play.
Personal foul.
Another
Number 28, South Garland. 15 yards from the end of the run.
Bobby, I don't think I've ever seen this many personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conducts in one game.
Who is that down there? Is that Durham?
Hope not. No, it's not Durham, I can tell you that. Looks like a number 8. No, a number 18. That'd be Jaqueline Hudson of Naaman Forest.
Okay, I think he was the one that was actually on the tackle.
Here's your replay. Yeah, there's Durham Negron back way behind the play on the ground.
Here he comes. I think he's making the tackle here.
Yep, that is him. Slings him down. What in the world happened?
Yeah, I don't
he
see.
Still looks all right. Now he rolls over. Maybe an ankle got turned on that sling tackle. Well, he looks pretty good now. I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, it's a rough sport. You never know what could have happened. There's just so many bodies flying around in there.
Penalty marked off against South Garland, back to the 38. So they have to get to the 18 for the first down. So they need 20 here on second down. 2:56 clock stopped. Again, you can see this game as well as Saxe
South
over
Garland
North
has,
Garland. You can see that during the week also.
Yeah, that'll be fun. South Garland has 300 yards total offense tonight. They've had 45 yards in the air, the rest of it on the ground. They're putting up almost 5. They've had 51 carries, almost 5 yards per attempt. They've had some bad penalties too. 7 penalties, 70 yards, a lot of personal fouls. They've got a lot of stuff. All that pink going on, having a good time down there in the stands.
3rd down 15. 4 down territory here. Looks like Turner is out of the game now. Wardlaw will keep it. Tried to spin out of a tackle, could not get away from Keelan McKinnon, who's been all over the field tonight. You see there, number 24. He secured that tackle at the 29. Now it's going to be 4th and 12. So you go for it here, trailing 30 or 45 to 20.
Sure, there's only a minute 45 seconds left.
2 timeouts left for both teams. Taking a lot of time in the huddle. Yeah, we've got 3rd and 12. It says 3rd and 12 on the scoreboard, and it says 4th down on the marker across the field. So that's 2 out of 3 that says 3rd down.
Timeout. South Garland.
South Garland timeout. Let's take one. 1:22 left. 45-20. Naaman Forest over South Garland on GRS TV. Pink is out tonight here on Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As we get back to play, 4th and 11, the final gasp of the night for South Garland possibly. or they're going to have to turn it over, and then Naaman Forest would probably run out the clock. Wardlaw wanted to throw it, but he'll just keep it. Negron. Wouldn't it be appropriate if Negron got the final tackle of the night?
I mean, that was up the middle on a pass play, and Negron gets him.
And it ends up way over to the right side, the final tackle.
Yeah, he's chasing him.
So Naaman Forest is held and takes over.
Whoa, what a game he's had. Watch him, he's right over number 75.
Durham do it right here.
Chase him down.
Not easy to get these guys down, but they hold on well. Now Naaman will try and drain this final 71 seconds. And Francisco Beltran will go under center, take the snap, and hand it off. The backup quarterback, just a sophomore. Hands it off to Kyrie Ward out to the 32. Gonna have to snap it once or twice more. Beltran, Francisco Beltran, the brother of Anthony Beltran, who started the year as Saxe quarterback and has been troubled with injuries.
Yeah, he's had a lot of injuries this whole year. It's pretty sad to see because he's got a lot of talent.
2nd and 4. Turns and gives to Ward. Kyrie fought his way, backed his way to a first down across the 35. That'll stop the clock momentarily if they go to that much trouble.
Yeah, I think that should do it right there. 26 seconds on the clock. You got a 34-second play clock.
They did stop it to move the chains. That'll run it. And yeah, you do not have to snap it again tonight. Bobby, final thoughts?
I was impressed with Naaman Forest defense. And, you know, I thought South Garland's got a lot of talent on offense. They just need to shore some things up on defense. But great game, and it keeps Naaman Forest in the playoff hunt. Yep,
they'll move to 2-2, and 2-5 on the season. South Garland will fall to 0-4 and 2-5 on the season. As you said, Naaman Forest will stay in at least a fourth place tie going into the final 3 weeks of the season. South Garland is going to have a tough time making the playoffs now at 0-4. Enjoyed it? Thanks to our entire GRS TV crew. And a reminder, our final score, Naaman Forest 45, South Garland 20. Till next week, so long everybody.